Yo. So we're looking at Pooll being sort of a plugin of Ableton Live, and I just loaded a few acts here, and I've loaded a few sounds on Ableton. Made here 3 audio tracks here, and I routed them out through external out here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you check that on the jack router. Out 1 and 2 is the master out. I left that out, and you can see here 3, and lights up. It goes into 2, also 2, 3, 4, and you can have a visual of that in the connection kit. You can have a look at the at how the connections go. The visual is could be very nice as well. You can see one system, that's the microphone I'm talking through, and a max out has 2. That's of course the playback, and live has the most outs going to max in, as you can see here. That's handy, isn't it? Okay, I've done that, and as you could see, when all that stuff loaded, it was all saved. Also, the connections in jack is saved, and then I made it wasn't too much work. Beside the fine tuning is always most work. I get to that. So you know that the routing, the midi routing, goes through the control add, and I've showed you before how to sort of establish a connection from this drop-down menu. You can see whatever connections there are, and if you think there's not that connection you're looking for, you can refresh it by clicking whatever means of communication you want to establish. There's several here. Okay, and then I choose the UC because I like the sort of like the layout where the faders and knobs are close together and form a unity actually. And then I thought, okay, you can, I mean, they're really small controllers. If you just use this as a sort of like a very economical option, then I think very small controller is even better. But if you go at it and think about what would you like to control, usually you end up with well, actually all the things you could control, you like to control. But for this video, I just choose the just a few options. The faders, I choose to have the volume there. You can see, it's pretty easy. You can also see it slide here on the screen here, on the routing screen, and then corresponding to it, the few knobs I choose for the filter, the frequency, and the resonator of the frequency. One of the things I wasn't happy about is the behavior of the knob. It really feels fine if you turn it open, and you can see the level going up. That's really nice. But then in the lower region, when it gets almost to, you know, to close, then usually it jumps the last bit. This, and I've tried to sort of like get around that or fix it, but I couldn't yet. So it's either the the machine, or it's inherent in how much room you give it towards the parameter control. If you go all the way, you could say like, oh, you're in between 00020 and let's say 16,000, and then you could fill that in, but then it really jumped from the last bit straight to 0, and it still does that a little bit. So then I sort of like gave the knob more turning space, covering less, let's say, parameter space. So, you know, so that last bit is a bit of a problem. I encountered it on several other things, not on this one, not on the resonator, and also not on the faders. But if you have a look at the delay here, it's the second row. First row is of course the volume, then second is the first knob is the delay, and then the feedback, and they're pretty fine-tuned here, also in the last bit. And but delay itself is also a bit problematic. That's why I just cut it a reach. Instead of 2000, I went to 1000. Just thinking, okay, that'll be enough. Then I have some, because I like the near open, near closing of the delay, and then in combination with the feedback. Well, I'll show you anyway in a bit. So, you know, what you do here is, of course, you choose your fader, and your act you choose here, and then you choose your parameter from this one. What is interesting, if you wanted to control the output level, so you can see the first level is the volume, and you have to set the level here in this row. Is this the list item? If you turn that into a 2, click enter. I don't see anything happening. Thank you. We turn that into a 3. That's the mix one. Okay, 3. So 3 is the mix. Send. Alright. So I have no idea what 2 was. So that's your trial and error. I stick to 1. Thank you. Well, same I did with the delay. You can see it here. The volume control and the delay left right is now paired, and the feedback. And the third row is the, where is it? The gverb somewhere. Here, there it is. Same the volume and delay of the reverb amount. Then all the inputs I have routed to the acts, and then I completely turned off the dry amount, so that way you can hear the effect only. I'll try, just for now, just finish the thing. I'll try a fourth fader. See, I get a bit more precise on, let me see where we at. Exchange, or enlarge the number of the size, the row size, and then you'll see more in your field here. I was looking at number 4. Are we there? Yes, we are. Suppose I'm overriding that frequency. Oops, he's a bit slow already. He's getting tired easily. Well, the last bit stays a bit problematic. I don't know. I need to sort of investigate there. Let's make it 8,000 then. It sort of like spends most of its time here in this region, and then when it's time to do some business here, then it's already gone down completely. So let's say if I make the range a bit bigger to minus as well. Let's do minus 2,000. Okay, I think that does something. Yeah, but still is a bit like, ooh. So what are we talking about here? So we do a little minus here, minus 1,000. Oops, minus, ouch. I have some room left, some space left on it, but he's still a bit jumpy on the last part. And it's it's a shame because I really need to get these bass. Then it's gone, and I think I had more success with the fader. No, come on then. Hello, yeah, that's 2000 now. Let's do -1000. I mean, he uses the whole fader space. Really nice here, here. But actually, he should. Well, halfway. He should be halfway on the slider there as well. But he's not. Halfway, he's more than 3/4 of a way of the fader space. And then for the last bit, you use up your 5 centimeters left. So there's a. I mean, it sounds not very scientific, but it's what I see happens, and you can see it also. So there's a bit of a. I need to look into that because now it's a bit sloppy.